Welcome everyone to the Virtual Ball Boys podcast, this draft spectacular. My name is Chris, and I am joined by our resident draft analyst, Chet Avery.
You know, I ruined family game night the other night by telling everyone that I was too woke for Candyland.
Alright, so explain this to me, Chet. Is it that, Candyland is, too, capitalistic, or,
No, I just mentioned that, that it was weird that all the different candy people lived in the different places that they're the candy of, and there wasn't any, intermingling, so I thought that was weird.
Oh, I see. So, you feel like it should have been more of, a melting pot type situation.
Yeah.
No, okay, I got you. Well, welcome, Chet. It has been some time. We last heard from you as you were our draft analyst for the VBBFL draft.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good league.
That was last June, I believe. So now you're back, and we're talking actual NFL players. What has been your process for evaluating this year?
Geez, it's been such a strange year, so I kind of just have to use my eyes and look at the players, which is not different from every year.
Sure, yeah, no,
but
that sounds pretty much.
There's a lot less dealing with dumbass fan bases, because usually I go to the games and then I listen to people talk about the players, and I couldn't do that this year, so it was all Chet eyes.
Okay, so you usually rely on fan opinions,
right?
On as for your,
I mean, it's their team.
Yeah. No, yeah.
So they know it best. That's how it works.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, that totally checks out. And I mean, obviously, yeah, everyone has had to adjust with COVID and everything. So I
naturally,
I appreciate that you were still able to come up with a mock draft.
Of course.
Yes.
Who do you think I am? Brandon Button Pusher?
Yeah, listen. He's a great sportscaster. I think he would take offense to that if he was here. But I'm excited to see what you got. We're going to go through a mock draft, and then we're gonna have Matt on later on in the episode. He will be coming back to we'll be adding team number 3 to the VBBFL. So we will get some VBBFL in for this episode, but for now, I mean, look, I can't stall anymore, man. We gotta get right into your mock draft.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
This is Chet. This is Chet Avery's mock 1.0. This is the week before. We're less than a week away from the draft, from the first round of the draft, and a lot of what just generally, what has been your impressions of this draft class prior to you revealing your first pick?
It's weird. The past few years, we've seen such many trends when it comes to quarterbacks and early quarterbacks. So that's been the most interesting thing, just seeing all of these quarterbacks go get projected super early, even when it may not make sense for them to necessarily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's definitely it has been quarterback. If you are looking for a quarterback, you have to get as high up in the draft as possible in order to grab one. And
usually those are the teams that need quarterbacks in general.
Sure, 100%. And you have at this point, I think many people believe that the top 3 picks are going to be quarterbacks. So let's get into it. The number 1 team on the clock right now, you can basically say the Jacksonville Jaguars have been on the clock since they ended their season. They've had all this time to make the decision, and it seems obvious. What do you think is going to happen here? Number 1 overall.
You can't say no to those golden locks of hair. Trevor Lawrence is going to Jacksonville.
There you go. What do you like about Trevor Lawrence?
I like his play. I like that he's from Clemson. Clemson's a great school, Did you know that they're good at football?
Yes, yeah, I believe last I checked, yes.
Yeah. So he comes from a great place. I think he's going to do great things in the NFL. And he survived having to eat fast food at the White House. So,
yeah, that's usually like that's the true test of a man's character. If he could eat the food of a horrendous, horrible human being president, like that's kind of like, if you could survive that, then like you're good at that point.
Not to beat a dead horse, but like you saw how happy he was in that picture.
Oh yeah. He
was so proud of himself for that.
Yeah, he got through it. Like, I'm proud of him. That's the thing.
No,
like,
I meant the president.
Oh, that's true. That yeah. For some reason, I'm like, oh yeah, was there a photo of Trevor Lawrence smiling as he was eating McDonald's or whatever the fuck it was? But anyways, yeah, he seemed very happy to be eating that shit. All right. So that was the easy one, all right? Number 2 may also be easy, but, you never know with the New York Jets. What is number 2 overall?
Listen, I like some fun, but this one is so chalk. Zach Wilson is going to be a New York Jet, the Mormon.
Yes. So what do you think him being a Mormon is going to do for the league?
Well, I think that, I mean, there have been other Mormon factors in the league. Andy Reid is one such example.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I believe he is a BYU alum, or is at least part of the Church of Jesus Christ and the Latter-day Saints.
Sure, yeah.
But Mormons, they tend to lift their spirits. Jets, they're planes. They need to be lifted into the air.
Yes, yeah.
It works out.
Yeah, there's a lot of rising going on with both the Mormons and like airports in New York. Like it's just kind of like it makes a lot of sense.
Are the Jets called that because the New York has 3 airports?
I'm almost certain.
Wow, that's.
I would take a guess. Although, so the New York, they were called the New York Titans for a good while. And then they became the Jets. I want to say in like the 50s or 60s. So I'm gonna guess that is when that's when airports really became a major deal in New York. That's my best guess. I don't know. I don't know. That is a history I don't know. I think it's how people assume that the Giants are named after the skyscrapers. Like that's just a fucking guess. New York. Okay. There's some weird naming conventions there.
All right, let's move on.
All right, number 3 overall. All right, so this used to be owned by the Miami Dolphins, but since then the San Francisco 49ers have moved up into this position. And what do you think? Is the 49ers going to take the 3rd quarterback in a row?
So, you know me.
Sure.
I'm a big Ohio State fan, and after the 2 obvious ones, I had to have the Ohio State player go the highest. So, Justin Fields is going to be the one picked here at San Francisco.
Yes, yeah, and congratulations that your team actually made it to the championship game.
Oh, again. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
It took a while for them to overcome the Clemson Demons, but they got through, and that I very much congratulate you on that. Well, so what is your take? Because I've been seeing Justin Fields he's trending downward because of various things. That I think is a lot of it is just being kind of thrown around by media personnel and annoying draft scouts. When it comes to he's like the guy that he's not as hard working. He doesn't go to she's not early to the gym guy, and now there's concern over the fact that I think he has he deals with seizures. I believe
he is epileptic.
He's epileptic. Yeah, yes. To me, that's not a big deal because I think other football players have had that before and they've gone through. They've dealt with it.
Work ethic is fake. It's doing a job.
Yes, yeah.
You can be better at a job, sure, but that doesn't change everything or affect everything.
Sure.
B. Yeah. The epilepsy thing is a non-factor almost.
Yeah,
you got to be careful with it, of course. But he's lived his whole life with it. He'll be fine.
It's just very weird that people are hanging on to these little things about him.
Yeah,
and it's just bullshit. But
this dude can fucking run.
Yes, yeah. Well, isn't Isn't he a stand in the pocket guy? I thought.
Is he? I thought he was one of the mobile ones. Oops.
No. Moving on. Now to number 4 overall. Is the Atlanta Falcons. All right. So this is one of those teams that has a quarterback at the moment, right? But he is getting up there. This could be our 4th quarterback in a row, but you're starting to see some skilled players around this position. What do you think is going to happen here?
You get a quarterback. You get a quarterback. Atlanta gets a quarterback in Mac Jones.
All right, so 4 in a row. I mean that is wild. So why Mac Jones over Trey Lance?
Because Mac Jones is in a southeastern team with the color red.
Oh, so it kind of matches in that sense.
Yeah, the psyche of needing to be in a different uniform won't be as severe because he'll already be familiar with the color.
Right, and he's also the SEC championship takes place in the Georgia.
Yeah, he knows it. He knows the place.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so there you go. So 4 quarterbacks in a row. Can we make it 5 with the number 5 overall pick, the Cincinnati Bengals? I don't know why.
Well, I would be embarrassed if I were the Cincinnati Bengals and I took a quarterback here.
Yes, yeah.
Considering I took one in the first round last year.
Yes.
And so I think they're covered on that front. But I mean, you gotta reunite some past friends sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So. Drafted here is going to be Joe Burrow's old friend, Jamar Chase.
There you go. So yeah, it is like you're hearing the conversation of like, do you go with the skill position player or do you go to protect Joe Burrow? Are you concerned about the Bengals' offensive line still if they decide to go in this direction?
Absolutely, 100%. You would be an idiot not to agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But you think the chemistry is between the wide receiver is more important right now.
The chemistry is incredibly important, and Cincinnati's got more draft picks.
Yeah, no, that's completely valid. Completely valid. Yep. All right, moving on to number 6, the Miami Dolphins, who moved down. They moved down to the 49ers pick and then moved back up to where the Philadelphia Eagles used to pick. They're now at number 6. Who do they take?
All right, so I think this is going to be a very easy transition, very similar to Mac Jones. This guy's going to stay in state and make a huge impact on this offense. Kyle Pitts is going to Miami.
Well, my goodness gracious. That is a great pickup. So, kind of working alongside Mike Gesicki in this situation.
Yeah, but...
as a dual tight end set.
Yeah, and just the thing about Kyle Pitts is that he is him being a once-in-a-generational talent. When it comes to this position, you can't pass him up in certain spots, and I think Miami will take him here.
Yeah, and people have been saying that he can be used as a wide receiver, so
yeah.
it kind of works out in that sense. So there you go. Number 7 overall, the Detroit Lions. What is Dan Campbell gonna sink his teeth into?
Oh, he's got to get you gotta get a replacement for Galladay. Such an integral part to that offense, and not that any piece of that offense, except for like 2 people, are gonna be the same. But try to replace Kenny Galladay, develop some young talent with Heisman winner Devonta Smith.
Devonta Smith, that big time Alabama wideout lands in Detroit. I am sorry. All right, moving on. Number 8 overall, Carolina Panthers. Who you got?
All right, so Carolina, they solved their quarterback thing. They're not taking a quarterback here. They got the wide receiver stuff figured out. They got some rapport with their wide receivers and with one of their wide receivers and their quarterback. They got a running back. They got to help. They went all in on defense last year. So they got to help their O-line, and they're going to do that with Penei Sewell.
There you go. Carolina Panthers. So I'm surprised that Penei Sewell lasted this long. But
yeah, me too. It just happened to be what the others were doing, because I don't think Miami or Detroit would necessarily go for a tackle. They could, of course.
Yeah,
but I think they have needs elsewhere, and if Cincinnati doesn't take him, I think he falls.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you got some strong weapons out there. that totally, like, if you have some really great weapons, it will work out for them. But what a great talent landing in Carolina. All right, number 9 overall, Denver Broncos.
Okay, Chris.
Yes.
Question for you.
Sure, hit me with it.
North Dakota State, where is it?
That is in North Dakota.
And what team is closest to North Dakota? Other than Minnesota. I said the wrong team first. I'm picking Trey Lance.
Okay. Because I was gonna make the argument like maybe Seattle, like I'm start really like pitting things. All right, so Trey Lance goes to Denver Broncos. So I mean I just read a report that they're still like at least they claim to be still high on Drew Luck. So do you think that they're just gonna throw that away and they're gonna roll with a new guy?
I think so. There's winds of change are upon us. I mean, John Elway is no longer the quarterback. So, like, John Elway is no longer in the position to ensure that he gets to select quarterbacks that make him constantly forever the best quarterback from Denver.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so he's no longer in that position. So I feel like the new regime is going to want to choose a quarterback that can potentially outplay Elway.
Absolutely. This is their first stop. This is their first chance to actually have a competent quarterback since, I guess, Peyton Manning. Actually,
Peyton Manning does count, and that's why no one's been good since him.
Yeah, because
Elway realized, oh shit, I need to fix this.
Yeah, no, he realized the attention that Peyton Manning was getting is like they're forgetting about me. They're forgetting who I am. They're just going to see me as a general manager. They forget who was the star here at one point. Moving on here. Number 10 overall, your Dallas Cowboys.
My Dallas Cowboys. And I had to be absolutely certain that I got this pick right.
Yes, you do.
So I'm picking Patrick Surtain.
That's all right. That's a good pun. Good pun, Chet. So you got a quarterback. That makes so much sense. I've been seeing people saying like you gotta trade up for Kyle Trask and all this. And I'm just like, bro, did y'all see that defense that we all thought was actually going to be better than it was? Like, you need to shore up
fix your defense. Let Dak play.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go.
Yeah.
Good pick, I say. All right, next up, New York Giants. I mean, argument because of the NFC East being as shit as it was, Giants could be playoff contenders this year. And I don't say that lightly because as a Giants fan, I'm usually low on this team. I think they could be a completely mediocre team, and I'm good with that as well. What's your opinion on what they're gonna do here?
For me, at least from what I've noticed, the Giants seem to draft an O-line every year, and they're going to continue doing that with Rashawn Slater.
All right.
Because here's the thing about Rashawn Slater. He can play any O-line position. And so it's like if he was one guy playing all those positions, he'd be a Giant.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Like to me, like Andrew Thomas and Will Hernandez, like these are all these rookies that they've drafted in recent years that continue to kind of like disappoint, but like sometimes have like flashy games. Like Andrew Thomas kind of had like 1 or 2 good games last year. There needs to be more consistency there. Get a guy that can be consistent in there, and I'll be happy with that. So good pick. I'm good with that. Next up, Philadelphia Eagles. This is where the 49ers were, then where the Dolphins were, and then now it's where the Eagles are. What do you think's going to happen?
All right, so you know that really catchy song from a while ago that was Duck Walked Up to a Lemonade Stand? And he said the man ran to the stand. The man said no. And you know what the duck did?
He waddled away.
Waddle.
God damn it.
Bob, till the very next day. I'm picking Jalen Waddle because a duck is very similar to an eagle.
God fucking God damn it. All right, so there you go, Jalen Waddle. I mean, are they finally gonna get it right? Like this?
I don't know because this is embarrassing. If I'm an Eagles GM, because you tried Rager last year, didn't really work out.
Yeah.
Oh God. Just stop having your team get injured. Like, that's my advice.
Yeah.
Dumbass Eagles.
Yeah, my God. All right, let's move on here. The Los Angeles Chargers. This is the second year for Justin Herbert. He played so well last year. Could play even better this year if he gets some help around him. Or are you going defense here? What say you, Chet?
I do think he is going to get some help around him. And, Los Angeles just recently moved. The Chargers recently moved to Los Angeles, I should say. And, they've got a little bit bougier.
Yes.
So I'm going to choose someone who has a bougie word in his last name, and I'm going to choose Elijah Vera Tucker, because Vera Wayne.
Okay.
Get him some protection on the O-line.
Yes, yeah, all right. I like the connection. You lost me for a second, but you got me back. All right, I like it. Elijah Vera.
That's my style.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so there you go. Offensive guard, very nice. Nice, heavy in the weapons and offensive line early out in the gate here. In fact, I believe there's only been one defensive pick this far.
Yep.
In this draft.
Yep.
So that brings us to the Minnesota Vikings. Do they go defense here?
Vikings need a lot of defense help. And they're going to go with defense here. They're going to choose Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons. All
linebacker.
Right. Yeah.
Help bolster that defense a little bit more.
Yeah, Penn State alum who earlier this offseason found out that the coach said that his coach said he could have played running back, and he was jokingly annoyed about it. That man, I always wanted to play running back. But he's enjoyed linebacker. He's one of the best. I think he is the best linebacker in this draft. Yep. So perfect choice for the Vikings. Moving on. Number 15, New England Patriots. So all the quarterbacks have been taken. At least all the ones that we have been talking about have been taken.
Of course.
So they could surprise the world and go with a quarterback that is not projected to be a first-round draft pick. Or they go and fix their weaponry. Or defense. What do you think's going to happen?
They're not going to fix any of that. They're going to help out on their line some more.
Okay, offensive line.
Because Christian Darrisaw is on the board, and he's going to get picked up by them.
All right, Christian Darrisaw. All right, solid pick there.
I was trying to figure out a pun with his name because it's almost there, but not quite.
Yeah. I can't help you there. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the Arizona Cardinals. They've been beefing up their roster with guys that were relevant in 2011. So what say you?
All right, so the Rams do not have a pick in the first round this year, so their division rivals are going to help them out and draft J.C. Horn.
J.C. Horn, all right. And yeah, that's a cornerback. All right, so there you go. So they do have to replace Patrick Peterson. That is a big that was a big loss for them. So yeah, there you go. Good solid draft pick there. Next up, it's the Vegas Raiders. What you got?
All right. So Vegas, they need some help. They're in Vegas now, so they need to protect their money. They need to keep it safe. Right?
Yes, yeah.
So we're gonna go with the safety, and the Raiders. They're a dark, edgier team, so they want to send their opponents to the morgue. God, Trayvon Morgue.
God damn it! God fucking damn it! I can't be mad. I can't be mad. But there you go. Trayvon Morgue. Why do I feel like the Raiders draft a safety every fucking year? Every year
I don't know.
They draft a first-round safety.
Well, last year was Ruggs.
Last year's Ruggs, but I remember Abrams and Carl Joseph. They got a little. It's like a trend for them. They can't get that safety position to quite stick. All right, number 18 overall, the actual pick for the Miami Dolphins. The other was one they traded for.
All right, I'm gonna do something special.
Yes.
I'm going to talk about Miami and Washington football team at the same time.
Okay, then Washington football team is at number 19.
Yep. Because both of these teams are going to draft a linebacker here
Okay.
to help with their defense. Washington had a good defense last year. Miami had an okay one. But I think this is going to be a chance for both of them to kind of take that defense to the next level and just make it super super solid.
Mm-hmm.
So for Miami, I decided on Jamin Davis.
Okay.
And Washington, I decided on Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
Okay. All right. So you got linebacking cores really being built here. Solid selections for both teams. What is your opinion, by the way, about we never really asked you about the opinion of the Washington, because they're a Cowboy rival. They're changed to the Washington football team.
I very much approve of it.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Did you?
We don't need racial slurs in the NFL. Are you kidding me?
No, of course. But do you think it should remain the name?
I do like it. It is kind of like a little bit embarrassing when you say, "Oh, I got beaten by the football team."
I see. So
and they don't have a name. So like getting a name that's like more intimidating, it's like, okay, that checks out a little more.
Were you saying that when the Cowboys lost both times to the Washington football team last year?
No comment.
Okay, cool. So next up, the number 20th overall, the Chicago Bears. Come on, make Matt happy here, Chet.
Yeah, so it was disappointing to see Kyler go. Not Kyler Murray. Kyle Fuller go.
Yeah.
So I think that they need to replace him with another cornerback. I think that a young defensive talent on this great defense to kind of grow alongside Jalen Johnson from last year is going to be essential. And I'm a fan of like 90s SNL, so I really like that Chris Farley guy. So I think it's someone with the last name Farley, Caleb Farley, is going to fit in just fine here.
Yeah. Let's just hope that his career doesn't live in the van down by the river. That's you just gotta hope that doesn't go down. All right, number 21 overall, Indianapolis Colts. I am forget. Oh, okay. Yes, they got Carson Wentz. I was like, did they solve their quarterback issue? But I guess it is still up in
matter of opinion.
Matter of opinion, right? But yeah, so what's going to happen? Are you going to give Carson Wentz help, or is it going to be a defensive pick here?
We're going to help out the defense a bit.
Okay.
And I wanted to try to choose the person's name that sounded most like a horse noise. So I chose Quiddy Pay because it sounds like horse galloping if you say it fast. Quiddy Pay, Quiddy Pay, Quiddy Pay, Quiddy Pay.
Quiddy Peg. I do love that. I that's one of my favorites, I think. All right. So Quiddy Pay is the pick there. Number 22 overall, fellow AFC South rival, Tennessee Titans. What do you think they should do here?
So I think that getting the offense some more help. They're down a couple receivers, so adding a new wide receiver to play behind AJ Brown, I think, is the best play here. And they're Titans, they're huge, so they need someone more to play for them. Elijah Moore. All
right, there you go. Perfect. Yeah, they definitely need the extra weapons along with AJ Brown. Yeah, nice pickup for them. All right, another New York Jets pick. This is the pick they got in the trade of Jamal Adams. So are they going to replace Jamal Adams with this pick?
Kind of.
Okay.
When I was at Ohio State, I knew some guys from Northwestern.
Just in the periphery,
So I'm choosing Greg Newsome from Northwestern.
Okay, all right. So did you? So
that has nothing to do with the Jets, but
no. Yeah, I'm just curious. How how did you get associated with other Big Ten schools?
Intercollegiate activities and conferences.
it's collegiate activities. So like,
Yeah.
it came like any examples specifically.
No comment.
Okay. All right, moving on.
That's for you to figure out later.
Yeah.
As I unravel my backstory even further.
Yeah. as we try to put the pieces together of who Chet Avery truly is. Number 24 overall, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, what an embarrassing end to the season after things look so strong in the front end.
Fucking hilarious, right?
Yeah, kind of. So what do you think? Is the Steelers what possibly could the Steelers do to get them back into a decent position here?
A nice running back would help. Najee Harris.
There you go. Najee Harris. Are you worried with how like the offensive line has depleted that if Najee Harris can succeed with the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I do think that Najee Harris is talented enough, but that O-line is definitely going to need some work.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. All right, next up, Jacksonville Jaguars again. And, they're coming off of the Trevor Lawrence pick, feeling their Goldilocks. All right, they're feeling good.
Yep.
What do they do to add on top of this draft class?
They're going to need some more bolster their defense. That's what Jacksonville's good for. That's what I think they need to start doing more. So they're going to select Jason Owe.
There you go. Jason Owe. All right, so that's the edge rusher there. And then now we move on to number 26, Cleveland Browns. This is their hometown that this is the draft is taking place in.
Oh yeah, rock and roll, baby.
Yeah, so this is like they got to get this pick right because there's gonna be a bunch of Cleveland Browns fans, looking for that pick that will put them over the top and get them potentially to a Super Bowl. What do you think's gonna happen?
Well, Cleveland hadn't been doing the best since they came back into the league, and then this last year they had success. Mm-hmm. And they had some really good success. And I think they're here to stay. And I think it's going to get in their heads a little bit that they're going to start acting like all uppity. So I tried to find the most French-sounding name. So Greg Rousseau is going to get drafted here.
Greg Rousseau. All right. Yeah,
I don't even know if that's French.
I'm going to say...
Could be Italian. Who knows?
You know what? I'll give you the credit. I'll give you partial credit there. So it won't affect your overall grade.
Okay.
So no, yeah, I think that's a great pick, and I think you have to wonder, with Myles Garrett there, obviously he's their best best defensive player up front, but they did just add Jadeveon Clowney as well. So do you think it's kind of like, do you think that this guy has the potential to be a starter, or do you think Clowney will be in there more often?
I'm sure Clowney will be in there more, but he'll be a good teacher.
Yeah, for sure.
And good backup in case one of them goes down.
Definitely. All right, next up, Baltimore Ravens. First of 2 picks. This broke today. What do you think of this is their normal pick first.
This is the normal pick.
Baltimore Ravens. What do you think's going to happen here?
It pained me to see Dez Bryant not in full form when he signed with the Ravens here. I thought he could rise to what he was, like a phoenix.
Yes.
But the Ravens really need wide receiver help. So they're going to draft Terrace Marshall Jr.
Okay. All right. By the way, if I had to just insert myself into draft analysis in any way, shape, or form.
Yes.
One wide receiver that's not getting enough pop for my liking, but maybe there's good reason for it. I don't know. Rondale Moore from Purdue. I remember watching some of his games. He was fucking fantastic.
I agree with you there. He's going to be a great, maybe 2nd or 3rd round steal.
Yeah, I'm just curious as to why he's so far down. But you don't have to worry about answering that. We will move on.
Chugga choo choo.
We'll move on.
Purdue likes trains.
They do like those trains. That's why
they really do like their trains.
Yeah, it also smells really bad there.
Yeah.
New Orleans Saints. We love you, Purdue. New Orleans Saints. Speaking of Purdue colors and where Drew Brees used to originate, he's now retired. So he's no longer on the team. They're going to go with Winston most likely as the starting quarterback there. But do they think about drafting one of these like second round quarterbacks, or do they go with someone else?
They are going to choose someone who is very close in name to the team, and that is Asante Samuel Jr. Asante will play for the Saints.
Asante. See we get so that is a cornerback. Yeah, I mean, that just any way to short, like they kind of they had a really good secondary for a while, and then last year kind of wasn't as good. So it's definitely a good place to shore up for sure. All right, we're in the last 4 picks here. Let's start with Green Bay Packers. Are they finally gonna help Aaron Rodgers? I mean, I know it's after everything that happened last year. It's kind of a dumb storyline when it comes to he was able to get to the NFC Championship game despite the fact that we all kind of were shitting on the Packers for not drafting wide receiver. Yet the wide receivers that were there, they did step up at times. But do you think that the Packers finally draft a weapon for Aaron Rodgers in the first round?
Here is the plan.
Okay.
2 years ago, Packers make the NFC Championship. Mm-hmm. They don't make it in. Mm-hmm. They keep relatively the same roster and make it to the NFC Championship again. They don't win. What did they do? They drafted a quarterback in the first round. There's no way in hell that if they drafted a quarterback in the first round, that the exact same scenario would happen again, where they make the NFC Championship and don't win. So they're going to try it again. They're going to draft Kyle Trask as quarterback and just see what happens.
All right, hold on. Let's backtrack real quick. Let's rewind the tape here. So you're saying a year after we just went through talk about Jordan Love versus Aaron Rodgers and how what a dumb talk that was, because Aaron Rodgers easily became the MVP candidate and the MVP winner.
Correct.
And brought his team onto the brink of the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, fell short. And and even though he was MVP, and even though he probably has at least a few good years left with the Packers,
yep.
You genuinely think that them drafting a quarterback is going to be what gets them back to the NFC Championship and fall short again?
That is correct.
Okay, all right. I just want to clarify that's exactly what happened there.
No. Actually, what I'm saying is there's no way that that's going to happen again. They will either not make the NFC Championship or they will win the NFC Championship.
I see. So
because the circumstance of drafting a quarterback and losing the NFC Championship, that's not going to happen twice.
Right. So do you think that as long as this team continues drafting first round quarterbacks, that
Aaron Rodgers will continue to play great?
He'll continue to feel slighted by them.
Yes.
And he'll continue, he might break single season records next year. One, because it's a 17-game season, and two, because it would be that he's angry as fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't. You're the expert. All right, moving on. Number 30 overall, the Buffalo Bills. A team that had quite the story this past year, made it to the AFC Championship game, kind of embarrassed itself in that championship. But let's see what you pick to get them over the edge, potentially.
I honestly wasn't sure what to pick for Buffalo. I decided on Azeez Ojulari.
Okay. Like the name. I think it's a cool name.
Yeah, it's a fun name.
And edge rusher. I think at the end of the day they did lose some weapons. Maybe a wide receiver might go here, but I also think that they could obviously use as much help as possible on defense. That's a good pick. It's a good pick. All right, now we get to the Baltimore Ravens draft pick that was traded to them today after the Kansas City Chiefs acquired Orlando Brown Jr., offensive tackle. Do you have an opinion on this trade at all, by any chance?
I think it's a good trade. I think that KC just really wants to bolster up that O-line to make Mahomes unstoppable, and it will work out. And it's a thing that will work well for both teams because the Ravens are going to be able to take another offensive tackle here in Tevin Jenkins.
Yeah. There you go. All right. So then that works out perfectly for them. And then it comes down to the Super Bowl champion to round out our first round. Who do you think is going to pick here?
So the Buccaneers, they just won. They've got a lot of stuff that is still going pretty well for them. So I think defensively, they're just going to try on some new guys for size and draft Joe Tryon.
God fucking damn it. Okay. There you go. That's not, by the way, that's not an oh damn it on the pick. Great pick. I just oh boy. Okay. So, Joe Tryon makes it into the first round and rounds out the first night of the NFL draft, according to one Chet Avery. Chet, I greatly appreciate your presence and your time.
Anytime.
Where can people keep up with you?
This podcast once a year.
Cool. Great. We'll see you around VBBFL draft time.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
So
you pay me $100,000 for one appearance, and that's all I need for the year.
Yeah, that's actually more than what we pay Matt, like per year, even though he appears much more. So
I am the specialist.
You are the specialist. That's the thing. Like, and you do ask for a lot of money out of our budget, so it's just kind of like it's our hands are tied. But
I'm worth it.
Yeah, hopefully Matt understands. But all right, well, man, thank you, and I'm glad that you were healthy this year. I remember, 2 years back, you had a rough time, and then you bounced back the previous year or this past year, and now you're good and healthy. Nothing too bad during the pandemic. You're good.
Solid.
Good. All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chet Avery, for joining us. And we will see you soon. Now, I will go ahead and do the process of bringing Matt into the call. I think he can be summoned via musical instrument. So hold on 1 second. All right, here we go.
You reign.
There you are. How you doing, Matt?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Can I do my intro now?
Oh yeah. Do your intro.
Yeah. I'm gonna ruin family game night by telling everyone that I'm too woke for Candyland.
God fucking damn. It's really funny. Chet Avery did that same exact intro.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe he got into your stash of jokes.
Damn.
And he stole it.
I gotta lock down that Notes app on my iPhone.
Yeah. That's a real shame right there. By the way, we need to negotiate a way to get money away from him. By the way.
Oh, why?
You deserve more pay than him.
Thanks. Thanks.
just it's a shitty situation that he put us in. We got to get you out of it.
What was his best analysis?
I think his closure was the Joe Tryon. They were gonna try on certain players for size, and then he announced Joe Tryon. That was pretty good. Although I did like there was one pick that he did where it was the Colts, and then he said it was Quiddy Pay because Quiddy Pay sounds like if a horse was galloping, but if you said it fast, so Quiddy Pay. I fucking love it. All right. Well, welcome, Matt. So you're only here for one duty, and one duty alone.
That is right.
You are a co-commissioner of the VBBFL, and we need another team. All right, we've been sitting on the Naples at Astral Gators for 2 weeks, which look, it's a great team to sit on, but we need to have another team. We need to add a new one to the group. All right. So we're gonna go.
Where are we doing it?
We're gonna go up the East Coast. All right.
Ooh.
We're gonna go up the East Coast. We're gonna go really up the East Coast. all the way to New Hampshire.
Ooh.
We're going to make a team in Portsmouth. Portsmouth.
Portsmouth.
Yeah.
New Hampshire.
Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Portsmouth is
Portsmouth.
Portsmouth is how you would say how it's spelled to someone.
The terrifying version of it.
Like it's a fucking sea monster. Hey, a hint for potential mascot. But yes, Portsmouth is a 21,000 population as of 2019. So I believe that hits our threshold, and yep. I believe that also knocks out pretty much the entire Northeast.
Let's take a look.
A good amount of them, at least. No, the New England area, I should say.
New England, yeah. I mean, it only knocks out Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. Not Vermont, Massachusetts, and Maine, I should say.
Oh shit! So New York is still available too, huh?
Yep.
Nice. Okay. All right. So Portsmouth is a port city permanently built on Portsea Island in the city in the county of Hampshire. I'm sorry. This is in fucking This is in actual England.
Actual England. Okay.
so we're gonna go to let me find the New Hampshire location real quick.
Yep. One thing I noticed right away. One, it was part of the slave trade, which is not great. That's
not great.
No, so we're gonna skip that part. It was part of the. It was the place that Paul Revere rode to.
Okay.
On the British are coming route, so we might be able to do something with that in terms of traveling.
I thought so. I thought this sounded like a historical landmark of some sort. Yep. So, okay, so that's important to note. There's some interesting history and then some really fucked up history here. That's just I guess that's just the United States in general. That
is the United States of America. Yes.
In general, but okay, so let's look into what is currently going on. Sites of interest. So they have the USS Albacore Museum and Park. It's a museum featuring the USS Albacore, a U.S. Navy Marine submarine used for testing, which was decommissioned in 19... That also sounds fucked up, guys. I mean, come on. The Buckminster House. That does sound familiar. It's built in 1725 and formerly a funeral parlor. Great. There's your supernatural, I guess. This is
great. This is like when we found out the terrible history of Phoenix City.
Yes, that's right. I do remember that. Wasn't it like a serial killer was on the loose or something?
It was either the serial killer or the KKK was involved.
Oh, it's probably a mix of both. Honestly, it's fucking Alabama, you know. So they have a music hall, they have a church, a single church. The Strawberry Bank Museum, a neighborhood featuring several dozen restored historic homes in colonial, Georgian, and federal styles of agriculture, the site of one of Portsmouth's earliest settlements. Okay, then there's the Wailing Wall. Why does that sound fucked up? Paintings of Isles of Shoals humpbacks. Oh, so it's like, okay.
Pictures of actual whales.
Yes. Situated on the back of Cabot House Furniture, is in despair and restoration has not been allowed by the owners of Cabot Furniture. Oh, that's sad. All right. So then a lot of history. This is just a town that's rooted in history.
Yep.
But they have the Seacoast United Phantoms, or a soccer team based in Portsmouth.
All right, that's a cool name.
So they are going with like the supernatural sci-fi vibe that we're kind of going for right now. The team plays in the USL Premier Development League, the fourth tier of the American soccer pyramid. I remember having to study that for one of my stories that I had to write. Wait, it has sister cities? The fuck? What is this?
Oh, have you heard of you don't know what sister cities are?
No, please explain.
You make an agreement with a city in another country, and you I guess I don't know if advertise is the right word, but you kind of like we're sister cities with this country or this city in a different country somewhere else, and we're like connected in that way.
Oh, that's all right. That's nice. I mean, that does worries me about like what's the word? Like when like America's trying to force like their culture on other people.
Imperialism.
Yeah, like it worries me a little bit about that. But if it's all good fun and good trust, then I can, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then a friendship city, of course, is Portsmouth, Hampshire,
Yes.
United Kingdom, which is so. I wonder if they did that on purpose. That he named it New Hampshire because the
After
Portsmouth.
Hampshire. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why New York is York.
Well, yeah, but like the fact that they named the town Portsmouth in New Hampshire, where the Portsmouth in the United Kingdom is in Hampshire as well. Like that, I find that very interesting. All right, good chunk of information. Now,
okay, so I think our biggest leads for a team name is either Portsmouth, or the Paul Revere thing.
Okay, yeah, I'm thinking like I'm thinking of the supernatural a little bit, because like I'm thinking about the history element of it, all the creepy places as well that's in this place. And when you say Portsmouth, Portsmouth, I do think of like a sea creature or something like very spooky.
Right. Again, just be careful not to get too fantasy about it.
True. Yes. No,
So hold on. If we want to do something spooky, we could do something like the Alien or Predator or Xenomorph.
So
if we want to do that and go the mouth angle.
That's true. So the thing is, we did talk about how we did 2 space things kind of already. So I'm trying to
we did 2 star related things.
Star related. That's fair. Cosmos and Astral. So like we can move away from that a little bit. Do you classify supernatural as fantasy or sci-fi?
I would say more fantasy myself because science fiction inherently has more science, more like basis behind things versus just it's magic.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. It would kind of depend on the supernatural thing, I guess. If we did more alien type things,
sure,
that would count more towards the sci-fi, I think.
Okay, so what's like some things that you might have in mind in terms? Because like I'm thinking if we are going to, because there's 2 things that's going for this. It's that we do have the history, but we also have the fact that it is a port town. So we could do something sea related if we wanted to.
Yeah.
In terms of
like
creepy creatures.
Could do like very early sci-fi and like 20,000 Leagues related.
We could indeed. Let's see.
Some Jules Verne up in here. Is Jules Verne a bad person? Hold on.
It's all we had to check nowadays because we need to double check that there's not some fucked up things going on with the people we reference.
All right, so 15 things you might know about Jules Verne. Number 1, he grew up surrounded by ships. Okay. Number 2, he fell in love with his cousin.
Great. Cool. Great. That's right. Just right. The exact thing you want to know about, you know? This is just... God damn it. Alright, man, I don't know. I'm trying to think of how I want to because the one sea creature that I think about in terms of creepiness and like oddity and I always think Kraken.
Of course.
But Seattle kind of took that.
Seattle took that from us already.
Yeah, Seattle kind of robbed us of the Kraken.
Okay, so not that Jules Verne himself is necessarily related to this, but I was just thinking of sea stuff and just journeys and Paul Revere having a journey.
Mm-hmm.
So is there something like I'm trying to think of something like sci-fi related that could be like a journey or going from one place to another, like a teleporter, but teleporter sounds weird. I mean, it is an old city, so like going back in time could be something.
Enderman.
the Enderman. I don't think we should do copyrighted things.
No, yeah, that would not be good. I am thinking about like time travel, time portals.
Yeah.
The Portsmouth portals.
Portsmouth portals. That is a mouthful, and I don't think portals specifically. We can. Like, we need to go through like a couple hoops to get to that point. Not that we don't with astrogators, but you know,
we have to go through a few portals to get to the portals. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god! All right. Oh, that got me. I'm enjoying the like. I feel like going along the lines of astrogators. I've enjoyed like the stupid names,
stupid stuff. Yeah,
yeah. But I get it though. I understand. I don't know, man. This is tough. We gotta get like a sci-fi name generator to help.
Yeah, I was trying to look for those, but there's not a ton of great ones.
Sci-fi creatures. Crossword.
Crossword. Yeah, because like they give something like the 501st Legion, which is fucking Star Wars.
Right. Well, I mean, I mean, there is. Oh god, I see a Sharknado in this bunch. I'm looking up. Yeah, when you look up sci-fi creatures, what sucks is that they're all copyright. Like they all have some sort of relation to another thing. Like they're not just. I mean, like Kraken is I see again. Like that's maybe like the most removed. There's the piranha. There's the piranhas.
Yeah, but piranhas are just fish.
Yeah, but they're creepy. I'm good. I'm good. Keep going. I'm just throwing out.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a sharktopus.
Sharktopus. Okay.
That was a sharktopus I saw just now.
Gotcha.
Because apparently that's. What the fuck is this? Sharktopus is what happens when you combine the genes of Jaws and Cthulhu in a petri dish.
Couldn't figure that out.
This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Oh man! Oh god, we can't be more prepared than this.
Yeah, I know, but it's like this. I apologize for boxing us into this.
No, it's okay. I'm trying to make it fun, trying to make it interesting with like because I do think astrogators is a template. Like I think
right.
I don't know
we
if it's a one-time thing.
Like
I know.
okay.
I think we could build off of that. Like it's not. Yeah, you know. Like it's it. But like so like because like to me like Alien is too generic, right?
Right.
So,
of course,
like,
yeah.
we wouldn't go down that path. But what other name for, like, an alien creature? Because you know why I'm, like, thinking about the sea, too, is that, like, I think that people would argue that, like, a game like BioShock is, like, a sci-fi game.
It is, yeah.
And isn't that a lot of it in the ocean?
It's underwater, which is a distinction. Ocean versus underwater.
Fair. Okay. So that's I guess something to think about as well.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be fine doing a C1 for this one.
Yeah, for sure. But what fucking mythical ass fucking creatures are there?
Well, we're not doing Cthulhu because Cthulhu is fucking who's the dude?
I don't know.
He's really racist. And I'm not exaggerating.
No, I know. I trust you.
Cthulhu. Lovecraft sucks. We're not doing Lovecraft.
H.P. Lovecraft, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's the Learning Hydra, the Circe of the Odyssey, another Odyssey sea creature is the Calypso. Calypso,
yeah.
Calypso, there you go.
Yeah.
Then there's something called the Sirens.
Yeah, the sirens. I mean, all that is Greek mythology.
Yeah, I typed in mythical sea creatures.
There you go.
So that's probably why.
I really like the Odyssey.
Yeah, Cetus, is another one, or Cetus. 20. we're just researching now. 20 most fascinating sea monsters from mythology and fantasy.
God, because the squid is from 20,000. There's a giant squid in 20,000 Leagues. We could name it the Nautilus. Is the name of the submarine from that?
We could.
But again, that's kind of a name. It's public domain though. So.
The Portsmouth squids.
Attack of the crab monsters.
Oh my god, the crab monsters. The Portsmouth crab monsters.
Portsmouth crab monsters.
Oh, that's an inflection of a light bulb going off.
I don't know what specifically makes it sci-fi.
I don't know either, but I think at the same time it's like there's such a thing as a sea bishop. Wait, hold on.
Thank you for joining our podcast.
We're completely off rail, but you know what?
It's fine.
Okay.
We're gonna find something. Okay,
I'm enjoying. I'm having fun.
All right, so you're gonna go down the what the fuck? Okay, all right, you're gonna go down the ocean route.
I need you just get your reaction to what the sea bishop was, because it literally looks like a guy that's wearing like a bishop.
All right, whatever you think a sea bishop looks like, it's that.
It's exactly that.
Sci-fi transportation.
There's such a thing as a lion turtle too, apparently. Like, yeah. These are all.
All right, my suggestion would be, since it's Paul Revere.
Yes.
It's a place where Paul Revere went.
Yeah.
I would venture, and this is the kind of connections we need to make. I would venture to do something more transportation based of some kind in sci-fi, whether it's a vehicle, whether it's a teleporter, a portal.
So he rode on a horse.
Yep. Could do horse.
We could do something horse related. Seahorse.
God damn it, no. Seahorse is not sci-fi.
If it has something to do, if you can identify it in science, it is a sci-fi. All right. So yes, I see what I get what you're saying. It's something that this is the end of the journey. There is a journey that should be had to get to Portsmouth. And so we're just getting there in some sort of fucked up sci-fi vehicle. So we could do UFO, we could do spaceship, we can do space station, rockets.
Yeah, that very creative name.
Rockets, of course, is Houston already.
Yep.
You can do the lunar lander.
Robot horses.
Robo
horse. Portsmouth Robo horse.
Portsmouth Robo horse.
Robo horses. That's too many S's. That's so many weird sounds together.
By the way, I'm on an article that says sea monsters from A to C, and this first one of B is Battletoads.
What?
I don't know. It's also Blinky the Three-Eyed Fish from The Simpsons.
Thank you.
Listen, I want everyone just to picture that this is just two of your friends who've gotten really high. Just having a conversation.
And we're trying to find a team name.
Just trying to figure out a fun team name. This is just a side thing. You should be doing other things as you're listening to this. Like, this should not be one of those things where you're just sitting here anticipating an answer. You just let us do our thing uncut, and we will get to it.
Okay, so isn't like Marshall the Herd or something?
Yes.
So like a group of horses is called a herd, right?
Yes.
A herd of horses. What if you did the Portsmouth Electro Herd?
God. The Electro Herd?
Electro Herd.
I got nothing better. I mean, I think Yeah, sure, we'll go.
Because calling them horses. If we didn't do anything more specific, like Mustang or Bronco, because horse is a really bad team name. That's why all team names are Broncos or Mustangs or Colts or something else.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking up
Electro Mares.
The only thing I want to look up real quick, a group of horses is called a Harris, a Rag for Colts, a Stud, which is a group kept primarily for breeding, or a String, a group belonging to or used by one individual.
That is interesting.
But people do use herd in some capacity. But it is maybe not necessarily the primary word for it. Either way, I will go with electro herd. If you feel good about it.
I don't know. I'm just saying weird shit.
Unless
we could also do robo herd.
Robo herd?
But I feel both of those we need to explain. So
yeah. Well, cuz to me the brilliance of Astral Gators, and again, thank you to Gabe for providing such a brilliant name. The brilliance of that is that you don't need to explain it. You kind of don't have to explain it. Yes,
right.
It's kind of like when you say okay, we're going with a sci-fi theme, and you say the Naples Astral Gators, people will make the connection oh, Florida, oh, Astral because science.
All right.
That.
Throw electro herd out the window.
So here's another thing. Here's another where we go. Pegasus and unicorns. Now I know what you're thinking. That's fantasy. Yep. But we could have fun with that. We could do something unique with those if we wanted to.
I mean, we could just if we want, we can slap space unicorn on it and call it a day. But
the space unicorn. We could.
Yeah, but I don't want to.
We got Portsmouth Pegasus is
Pegasi, Pega people.
Pega people. Pega people.
That's a Phineas and Ferb joke.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Good job, Phineas and Ferb.
With platypus.
Yes.
Platypus, platypi, platypeople.
Yeah. I see. You know what? This is if we had it. Here's the thing, and I love everyone who listens to this, and I appreciate it. But the thing is, we don't know if many of you exist out there, and if I knew that we had a substantial fan base, this would easily just be tossed to you guys. We would ask for help. That's the shame of this whole thing, you know. Yeah. All of this could be easy. We would have been done 20 minutes ago if it weren't for the fact that we are just stuck on this one name.
All right, are we throwing out? Do we want to do anything with mouth?
What's some fucked up shit that we could talk about with mouth? So
much. I mean, I mentioned Alien. I mentioned the Xenomorph.
Right. What is a Xenomorph again? I'm not entirely familiar with that.
Let me get you a picture.
Because so I see the spelling. I do recognize the spelling. So it's
the name of the alien from Alien.
I see. Now my only concern would be that is a copyright thing.
It absolutely is, but it's got the fucked up mouth.
Right. Very much mouthy right there. So, Xenomorph, which literally translates to strange form from Greek.
Yes.
Interesting.
All right, I'm going to fuck up my Google search. Sci-fi things with mouths. Oh, okay. Here we go.
Okay.
Do you know the book Dune?
No, but hit me with
the story
it.
Dune. Okay, so there's a giant sandworm in Dune.
Okay.
There's also there's fucking Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors. We already have a green team, but that is a big mouth.
Yeah.
Kraken is included on here.
It all goes back to Kraken, huh?
Yep. For some reason on this list they have Animal from the Muppets.
Okay.
Because I'm just thinking of like these giant monster aliens with big mouths.
By the way, there is another word for Kraken.
Which is?
The Loch Ness Monster.
Those are two very different things, Chris.
It's at least when I look up Kraken synonyms, it's the top choice.
Very, very different origins of mythology. I just want to put that out there.
I like sandworms.
I don't hate sandworms.
I don't hate sandworms.
Portsmouth sandworms.
I like just the idea of the Portsmouth worms. Even. But like, wait. The Portsmouth bullworms.
Because Alaskan bullworms?
Yeah. This is the longest time we've had to deliberate.
I know, but this is so hard.
It's so hard, but I really like bullworm. You don't have to go with bullworm. I'm just in my world wanting bullworm.
Why didn't we do that for Catch Can, Chris? Could have had the Alaskan bullworms. Too late for that.
Fuck. You're right.
Can't happen anymore.
Yeah, we fucked that one up hard, huh? That sucks ass, huh? Oh, no.
Okay. We need a team name.
We need a team name. I am not cutting any of this out.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't.
You all are sitting through this with us as we torture ourselves. All right, hold on.
All right, we name it 20 Big Dog Run.
Right, yeah. It's woof woof. No. We have. Yeah. What the fuck is a globster?
What?
A globster or blob is an unidentified organic mass that washes up on the shoreline of an ocean or another body of water. A globster is distinguished from a normal beached carcass by being hard to identify, at least by initial untrained observers, and by creating controversy as to its identity. So here's the thing.
Okay.
A town rooted in the slave trade maybe deserves to be called the Globster.
No, I don't want to include that in our delineation.
I know. I'm just want to shit on it. That's shit on the history. That's kind of gross. The Globster. See also exploding whale. Okay, we're done here.
We're done there. Okay, I'm stuck on Paul Revere.
Mm-hmm.
Delivering a message somehow.
Yes.
Messages in sci-fi are often delivered with holograms. Portsmouth holograms. Doesn't really roll off the tongue super well.
Wait.
Yeah?
Why not sea dragons? Or sea serpents?
Sea serpents, again, a little bit more on the fantasy side, but I'm more willing to relinquish specifics.
This is all just throwing it out there.
I always just think more like technology based stuff when I think sci-fi versus fantasy is more like mythical creatures and stuff.
Sure. So that's the thing. Like that is the hard thing about, like, I guess the sci-fi name convention, because
we're trying to take towns with history,
right?
Not much future or development stuff. Were you going to say something?
No. That's kind of basically what I was gonna say. Like it is like there's not much of like there is the concern of like not having enough flexibility within the science realm, especially because when you're talking about sci-fi, a lot of it's like things that have been talked about in like present day, and that like a lot of that stuff is copyrighted to non-belief.
Also true.
So that's like the one thing that we're thinking at. Like there is I'm looking up sci-fi team names just straight up. Martians is there. Is it as a potential get. There is just Predators. I know you mentioned Predators earlier.
Yeah, Predator being the like another version of Alien, I think.
Right, and I doubt the word Predator would be copyrighted.
It is not.
So that's an option.
That is.
There's this. I see Spectres. I think that's from a specific show. Team Star Fox. God damn it.
I think we're on the same page.
Yeah.
God, I just finished binging Futurama. I should be better at this.
Yeah. We'll be more prepared for next time. I think we'll train. We'll train for this to get good at science naming. If I'm just being honest, I think Predator is fine. If you feel like I know we want to do better than that.
Right, but also the name Predator out of context is really bad.
That's fair too. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Hydra is Greek mythology.
Hydra is Greek mythology.
God damn it. Let's just fucking call it the Portsmouth computers. I mean, call it.
Jesus.
Call it a day. Call it a day. Wait. Well, it's not sci-fi, but
what were we gonna say?
I was gonna say Portsmouth submarines.
I mean,
that's one. That's a port town. Two,
right.
It's teleportation.
Right. Yeah, and I was thinking and that's 20,000 Leagues. That's very ancient sci-fi.
I think submarines works.
All right, let me see if there's any. We can see if there's any cooler names for submarines.
Cool. Yeah.
Actually, one thing about the Nautilus from 20,000 Leagues, it says right here, it's ahead of its time because it described many features of today's submarines that did not really exist in the submarines of that he had then.
Okay. Interesting.
Let's see. Other names for submarine. Okay, it gave me submarine sandwiches, so we need to wrap this up as soon as possible.
By the way, Sandwich was one of the town names that were on the list, but it was further down. I usually go from the top.
Okay,
you know?
Can I... Did it happen to be Sandwich, Illinois? Because I know where that is.
There's a chance, yeah.
Yeah.
That it was that.
I can go with submarine and be happy.
Yeah, because like I see freighter.
Yeah.
Battleship.
Yeah, no.
But
all the different battleship names, nah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, destroyer. I see the fuck.
Yeah.
Not U-boat. Gross. Yeah. All right. You're good with submarine.
I'm good with submarine.
All right. Lock it in.
Yeah, 20,000 Leagues reference.
That
okay, so
literally took us a half hour.
It's fine.
I like it.
We're having fun.
No, that was a lot of fun.
Portsmouth submarines. We got it. All right, now colors.
Yeah. Well, so
after all that.
Well, yeah. So there's a few things. The first thing I wanted to mention is that this is the setting for the Portsmouth submarines is going to be the Paper Mario.
Okay. All right.
So the Paper Mario town is the Portsmouth is going to turn into a Paper Mario town. Yeah, kind of like a Toad. We could do Toad. Well,
different locations in Paper Mario.
Yeah, it's flexible. It's a little bit more flexible. I think like Sonic, you could do anything in Sonic. Paper Mario has quite a few locations that we could pull off of there. So yeah, that works out. So colors. What? So let me look at what we've done this far. So we did green and dark gray.
Green, dark. I have dark green and light gray.
Okay. Yes, that's it.
And then purple and black.
Yes, black and purple for the Cosmos.
Yeah, I mean, I would love like a bluish teal. It's a little close to green.
I would love that, like a sea green almost,
or sea blue.
It kind of it goes in. It's like almost a cyan type thing situation going on, but like a little bit more to the greener side. I think
Google image search seafoam blue.
Seafoam blue. There you go. I mean, I also think of aquamarine, like that mermaid show.
Oh yeah.
The
color.
I know. I was just joking.
Yeah.
So seafoam blue, and then
or aquamarine. Yeah. So like that. I could write aquamarine. That might be or seafoam blue. One of the two.
Yeah.
That teal or lighter blue.
Yeah. And then from there, we already did like a yellow next to a blue. We did a green next to a blue already. We've done a white next to a blue.
Yeah. I don't necessarily want to do red because I don't think that would look good.
Yeah, I mean, red and blue is just very. I mean, it's very Patriot. esque. And we're not Patriots here. So.
Don't have many other options.
I mean, if I'm gonna insert myself here, within that range of blue, I love me some orange.
That's true. All right, we can do orange.
All right, let's do it. So aquamarine and orange.
That'll be a very interesting design, I think, but we can make it work.
Yeah. All right. So after a long deliberation, folks. I believe that the jury verdict deliberated longer this past week.
Jeez.
Wow. than what we just did. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Just kidding. And that was an open and shut case, and you all fucking know it. Fuck Derek Chauvin. Anyways, so it's the Portsmouth Submarines. And the location is the Paper Mario universe, and they will be adorning the aquamarine and the orange. What a journey it took us to this point, but we did good. And again, we will look into a quicker process next time. But regardless, it was a lot of fun, and guys, thank you all so much for listening. We will be back after the draft, where we'll go through the draft and recap any major headlines that came out of it. We will also, because a week after what would be our next show is the schedule release, so we'll also do our schedule predictions there for that episode. And of course, be Team 4 of our Season 2 VBBFL. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And we will see you next week. Or
good
2
night.
weeks ago. 2 weeks.
And good ball. Virtual Ball Boys has been brought to you by Team Chaos Productions. Find us on Twitter at Virtual Ball Boys and find more of our work at Team Chaos Pods.